Okay. Good afternoon, dear friends. This is David Liang. I came from IEIT Systems. Just now, we are running a bit late because there's some small unexpected accident on my presentation material. It's running away from me. So thanks for the guys at the backstage. They are helping to put all the material again and put on the central stage. So that's back to the track, right? And today, my topic is new generation offering. That is our IIT Systems effort to put all the thoughts and insights together and implement by the product line to contribute to the OCP, the big community, right? Okay, so the first lies to review the current development and also the future insight for the whole OCP global development. As for the IIT system, we're starting to do some efforts and also the contribution to the OCP community starting from 2016. And we focus on two things. The first one is the technical specification that was on the later stage implemented by the product. Be specific on the server product and also part of the storage server product. Then we starting from the server unit and develop it into the whole rack scale systems. We have three different specifications that was got insights from the OCP, this community. The first one is for the ODCC. That was a Chinese community-specific protocols. We have Baidu, Tencent, Alibaba, these three big CSP companies, and also we have CMCC and China Mobile, and also the Chinese Telecom. That's three top-level telecommunication companies. All six big players developed this ODCC. Then we have OCP. OCP, this starting from 2016, and we not only develop our rack scale systems, but also the server unit. Later, I will give you a quick introduction to the server units. And the last one is Open19. And for some history reason, the Open19 combined with the OCP and develop all together. So we also noticed that the OCP, Open Computing, this project, quite focused not only for the top CSP, these companies. Of course, the percentage is growing very fast, but also in the field of the telecommunication and also the big enterprise, especially the multinational company, this big enterprise, they have put a lot of the IT budget and also the technical specification development into this community. So as starting from our understanding that we think the top three industrial field, we will focus and put a lot of effort in our next 3 to 5 years development plan. The first one is CSP industry. We are going to find out more top players on that and develop more application scenarios, especially for the industry, the internet industry, whatever the e-commerce or the online financial development. The second one is for the telecommunication, this industry. And we, back to China, or we hope that we can develop this idea across the world. We build up the alliance with the telecommunication companies to find out how the open project, this idea or this project can contribute, especially to the NFV or virtual networking, these scenarios. The last one is enterprise. Enterprise is, we think that enterprise is very tough to enter into. There's two main reasons. The first one is the technical circle for the enterprise is very conservative. They have very stable product portfolio, at least more than 5 years. So each breakthrough or each innovation ideas not only for the product, this line, but also for the protocol. They have been testified repeatedly. So by that chance, we hope that our product and also the testing cycle, we align with the enterprise, this development cycle to go through again and again to find out any breakthrough we can enter into. This is also, I have been introduced previously, that you can say we have ODCC, that China or Chinese community-specific rack skill systems, and the OCP rack, this part of the specification we have contributed to the Facebook, right? The last one is liquid cooling rack. It's a brand new rack skill system, just released in the early of this year, right? And we have alignments and also the development connection with the GD, all right? It's one of the top CSP company, especially for the online e-commerce and the logistics stuff. So these three main contributions we contribute to this OCP community. So this is only on the product level. And in the last section, I will give you quite quick preview on the white paper and also the technical review that we contribute to our technician, and also the protocol side that we thought is quite useful, and that was also accepted by the OCP community. Right, and for the detail, I will go through very quickly on the currently insight and also the observation by our IIT systems that we noticed the current development on the new data center area, especially for the hyperscale data center area. What's the challenge for them? Is I believe there's quite a lot, but we list the top three on this presentation and give you maybe useful or the very helpful insight for you understanding. The first one, the power consumption, is pretty critical for each of the operation and maintenance, even for the owner of the hyperscale data centers. The total energy for the data center, we just back to the 2020, I think maybe 3 or even the 4 years early, that hit 200 billion kilowatt. It's quite a lot. I think if we back to China, the whole environment and the 6 billion of the total carbon that want to generate the electricity, it's equally 116 million tons of the carbon dioxide that have been released into our atmosphere. It's very horrible. It's, I think it's just a part of the real that we have observed on the power consumption. There are quite a lot of the other associated aspects about the power consumption, but we just pick out the one of them to make the people, to make the audience to realize it's very critical, right? And in China, it's very specific development. We set up the policy, and all the capital will follow the policy into the development of the hyperscale data centers. So in China, we have 3 very main themes for the hyperscale data centers. The first one is centralized, and scale developed, that's the second. The last one is green development, sustainable. Okay, for each of the data center, we will focus, in the next 3 to 5 years in China, we will focus in these 3 main themes for each of the hyperscale data centers. And the second challenge and the second observation, we noticed that for the technical side, especially for the technical stacks of the hyperscale data centers, the OCP have doing a lot of work to unify all the interface of the hardwares, okay? So each vendor within the cycle of the OCP community, they provide a unified technical, whatever development, all the technical specifications, all the design specifications. They talk on the same page, in same language, but above that, above the infrastructure side, the software side, they talk to different. they develop separately. And in that case, it's very, very difficult and also challenging to manage. So for company A, we have a company A version of RMC, BMC BIOS, same as the company B, then followed by the company C. So they didn't talk to each other. If we back to the example, like we put company ABC, the web hosting in one large-scale data centers. So for the maintenance team, it's a very tough job to maintain each of their stacks, right? And the different standard of the firmware management, even the OS on the cloud-based, is from the different enterprise companies. It's very difficult to maintenance. And above all, the maintenance, development of the new version. So how about that? They develop it without management, unified management, and developing in each of their iteration cycle. The result is there's unified infrastructure on the hardware side, and then scared, different, and quite difficult to manage on the software side. So in the last day, the whole mess will be resulted and will be bring back to the effect to the up-running business scenarios, especially for the large scale, whatever the CSP company or the telecommunication company. Then the last, we think is quite exciting, that with the cloud technology development, we will see different type of the data, whatever the picture, document, database, even the voice, audios, different type of data. And also, the demanding for the computing power is huge. They will specifically design all the requests by the different hardware chips to deal with, to process the different type of data. They think that specifically the chips will be assigned or managed to process the different type of data. This can increase the efficiency and also the operation effectiveness, right? So by that chance, and different vendors, whatever the hardware vendors or the software vendors, they develop the AI chips, the FGPA chips for different scenarios. So the market will driving very fast and growing very fast. But at the end of the day, the final result you can see is they're without management, without the same language we talk to each other, okay? So we will start again to set up the technical or the design specifics for such phenomenon. Right, so if we face to the new challenges that we identified previously, we think that the openness and the sharing of the technology is quite critical at the current stage. And also for the energy saving, that we think the power consumption can be tackled by the acceleration of such innovation technologies. The last one is the data center, starting from the scratch, should be focused quite heavily on the energy saving and also the sustainability. So we propose that for the OS side, whatever the firmware or the management software, even the cloud OS, we think that they build up the unified interface and the layer by layer until the top level, the business applications. So here, that for the IEIT system, we have the server unit and also the, based on the server unit, we have the rack scale solutions for each of the server units that can be combined and work along together. And then for each of the rack scale system, we build into the modular data centers that are mobile, okay, and also can move everywhere and whatever the environment it is, even for the edge computing scenarios, tough environment. So the whole setup or the whole server line that we provide by our product team is starting from the OCP standard, okay? We hope that our contribution to this community is useful and also can get the effective feedback from our end customers. In the next, maybe the last section, I'll give you the quick review on our products, okay? The first one is 2U4 socket that has been contributed and also be recognized by the OCP. And this one is we're starting from the 2019 and have been developing the 2 generations, especially for the EDSS, this new storage media. That has been contributed to the OCP and has been verified. Okay. Last one is rack scale. It's liquid cooling, rack scale systems. And in the meantime, we also have been working along with Intel to set up the new web papers and has been contributed to the OCP as well. You can browse to the OCP website. Easy to locate that IIT systems along with Intel to publish the web papers, especially for the rack cooling systems. So that's my today's presentation. Thank you very much.